Imagine walking into a public building and getting arrested for wearing a Winnie the Pooh shirt. Or picture being fined because you flushed your toilet. After 10p.m. These aren't jokes. These are real laws in real countries, and today, we're going on a legal world tour, one country, one absurd law at a time. Welcome to Law and Borders, the only place on YouTube where we explore the weirdest, most unbelievable laws from around the world, one country at a time. Some of these laws are still enforced. Others are just leftovers from another century. But all of them will make you go, wait, that's a law. Law number 1, Switzerland. No toilet flushing after 10 p.m. It's illegal to flush your toilet in an apartment after 10 p.m. Yes, this is a real thing in some Swiss apartment complexes. Why? It's all about noise pollution. The Swiss take peace and quiet very seriously, and if you disturb your neighbors by flushing late at night, you're technically breaking house rules and sometimes even local laws. You won't go to jail, but don't be surprised if your landlord shows up with a legal notice. In the same country, you can't mow your lawn on Sundays either. The grass can wait. Law number 2, in France, no kissing at train stations. Imagine saying goodbye to your lover, and a police officer interrupts mid-kiss. That's exactly what used to happen in France. This law dates back to 1910, when French train stations were getting overcrowded. Romantic goodbyes were literally causing delays, so they banned them, at least on the platform. The law is rarely enforced now, but technically, it's still on the books in certain regions. France also bans potatoes that don't meet cosmetic beauty standards. So yeah, weird priorities. Law number 3, in Japan, no dancing after midnight until 2015. Dancing after midnight was illegal in clubs and bars for nearly 70 years. From the land that gave us karaoke, cosplay, and J-pop, you'd think dancing all night would be a given, but from 1948 to 2015, dancing after midnight was banned unless you had a special license. Why? The law was meant to crack down on illegal nightlife after World War II, but it stayed in place for decades, long after the reason disappeared. Only in 2015, after public backlash, did the government finally decide, okay, fine, you can dance again. This law is part of what inspired the movie Footloose in Japan. Law number 4, Denmark. You can't name your baby whatever you want. Denmark has an official list of approved baby names. In Denmark, you don't get free rein when naming your baby. There's an actual list of over 7,000 approved names. If your desired name isn't on it, you need government approval. So, names like Pluto, Monkey, or Anakin Skywalker might not make the cut. Why? To protect children from names that might lead to bullying or mockery. Law number 5, Saudi Arabia. It's illegal to celebrate Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day items were banned in stores until 2018. For years, Valentine's Day was a big red flag in Saudi Arabia. Literally, the government viewed it as a Western holiday that conflicted with Islamic values. Florists were told to hide red roses, chocolates, heart cards, teddy bears, all pulled from shelves by February 14th. But that's changed in recent years, and Valentine's is now unofficially tolerated in major cities. Fun fact: some shop owners would sell roses under the table like love was a black market item. Law number 6, Italy. No sandcastles on some beaches. Building sandcastles is banned on some beaches in Italy. Yep, in places like Iraklia, Italy, building a sandcastle can earn you a fine. Why? Authorities say it blocks foot traffic and could be dangerous. We don't know what kind of mega castles these kids are building, but apparently it's enough for a law. One woman was fined for reading a book on the beach in the wrong spot in Italy. Law number 7, Singapore. Chewing gum is still kinda illegal. Selling or importing chewing gum is banned. Singapore is famous for being clean, and they mean it. In 1992, they banned chewing gum to prevent sticky messes on streets and subway doors. You can't buy it in stores. You can't bring it in from other countries, but if you need it for medical reasons, like nicotine gum, you're safe. Vandalism in Singapore? Punishable by caning. That's not a metaphor, that's wood. Law number 8. Thailand, no stepping on money. It's illegal to step on tiger currency in Thailand. The king's image appears on every coin and bill. And showing disrespect to the monarchy is a criminal offense, so stepping on money, stepping on the king's face, not okay. Even accidentally doing it in public could get you fined or arrested. Fun fact, you also can't leave your house without wearing underwear. But we're not asking questions on that one. Law number 9. USA, Alabama, no ice cream in back pockets. You can't carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket on Sundays. This bizarre law goes back to the 1800s. Why? Because horse thieves would put ice cream in their back pocket to lure horses away without technically stealing them. Yes, that happened often enough that they made a law about it. It's rarely enforced today, but technically still on the books in parts of Alabama and Georgia. Law number 10. South Korea, only doctors can legally do tattoos. In most countries, getting a tattoo means going to a tattoo artist. But in South Korea, you need to go to a doctor. Yes, legally, only licensed medical professionals can give tattoos. Why? Because tattoos are still seen as a medical procedure, not an art form. And for decades, tattoos were also associated with gangs and criminal groups. That perception is slowly changing thanks to K-pop idols and fashion trends, but legally, most tattoo parlors in South Korea are still operating in a gray area. Law number 11. Nigeria. It's illegal to name your dog after the president. In Nigeria, naming your dog after the president or public officials can get you arrested. In 2016, a Nigerian man was arrested for naming his dog Buhari after the then-president. Authorities said it was an intent to provoke breach of peace. Locals saw it as disrespectful. But technically, it wasn't just impolite, it was criminal. Why? In many African cultures, names carry deep respect, especially for leaders. Mocking someone by assigning their name to an animal? Not okay. The charges were eventually dropped, but the man's dog still missing. Law number 12. Philippines. It's illegal to have unjust vexation is a criminal offense in the Philippines. Yes, that's the actual legal term, unjust vexation. Basically, if you annoy someone too much and they feel harassed, you could get fined or jailed. There's no clear definition. It's super vague, and yet it's real law used in court cases. Examples? Interrupting someone's sleep, mocking someone in public, or repeatedly bothering your ex all can qualify as unjust vexation. Law number 13. Germany. Running out of fuel on the Autobahn is illegal. You're not allowed to run out of fuel on the Autobahn. Germany's Autobahn is famous for having no speed limits on some sections, but here's the twist. If you run out of fuel, you can be fined because it's seen as a preventable risk. You're expected to prepare ahead, check your fuel, check your tires, check your life. Stopping without a valid reason is considered endangering traffic. Law number 14. Iran. Men cannot wear ponytails or mullets. Certain hairstyles for men are banned as part of the anti-Western style code. In Iran, the Ministry of Culture released an official list of allowed male hairstyles. Ponytails, mullets, spiky gelled hair. Why? These styles are seen as signs of Western influence, which the authorities aim to reduce in public life. Barbers can lose their license for giving the wrong cut. Mohawks and emo haircuts also made the blacklist. Guess Iran isn't a fan of punk rock rebellion. Law number 15. Canada. Apologizing doesn't mean you're guilty. Saying sorry after an accident doesn't count as an admission of guilt. In most countries, saying sorry at the scene of an accident can be used against you in court as a sign you were at fault. But in Canada, they passed a law specifically saying sorry doesn't mean I did it, because Canadians say sorry for everything. Even when they get hit, this apology act protects people from being penalized for polite instincts. Yes, this is a real law, and yes, it's peak Canadian energy. Which law shocked you the most? Comment below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode of Law and Borders, because no matter where you go, someone probably banned something completely